So, today is Valentine's Day, the 14th of February 2023, and we've got a little secret. You're going to be a big brother. Are you going to be a big brother? Yeah? You're going to be the best big brother. Yeah? Yeah! We got a call this morning from the midwives to book our first midwife appointment. So Mummy's going on Thursday, and today's Tuesday, so we've got 2 days to wait, and then we're going to go to the midwife. Yeah. Say happy Valentine's Day from Nina too. We love you. Cat. Say cat. Say cat. Say love you. Say love you, baby. I love you, baby. Is there going to be a sister or brother? Or two? What are we going to do if there's two? Oh my goodness. You're going to have to start doing the nappies as well. Good morning. So today is... Thursday the 16th of February. And I'm off to my first midwife appointment in Chelmsford.
Yes.
Baby. Where's Roman? Roman, are you excited?
Roman, where are you going today?
You excited?
Mummy,
Roman.
going to see if there's a little baby in Mummy's belly.
Ooh! Woo!
You excited? Do you want a little brother or a little sister?
You want a sister? I hope they look like you. I hope they're as cute as you.
Do you want a little sister or a little brother? Good chat.
Okay, bye. Good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to talk about my first midwife appointment, which I had. Come here. She's naughty. You're naughty, aren't you? So I went for my first midwife appointment on Thursday, 9 AM. I had to take Roman with me. Because I couldn't get anyone to have him at 9 o'clock on a Thursday morning. So he came with me. I was there for about an hour. He was a good boy. He was definitely bored, but he was being a good boy. The midwife was so cute. She had him on her lap and she was giving him little things to play with. And there was a student midwife in there as well. So yeah, I got there, had to do a urine sample. She goes through all the questions, asks family history for my family, family history for Christopher's family. To be fair, I think the only things that I actually said yes to were asthma. My mum and Christopher's brother has eczema. Christopher has the tiniest bit on his hand here, but some of his family have eczema, and Roman has eczema. And what was the other thing? Oh, stroke. My dad had a stroke a couple of years ago. But apart from that, everything else was fun. She was like, oh, this is so easy. So I was just like, no. So that was nice. I got my book. I think we've got the dates wrong. So she's dated us 9 weeks and 4 days, but we were thinking 6 weeks. So something's gone wrong there. So we're waiting for the letter to come through to let us know when our first scan is. And it used to be called a 12-week scan, but now they do it between 10 to 14 weeks. And I got the date for that, so that's coming up in about 2.5 weeks. And then we'll actually know the date, how far along we are, and the due date and whatnot. Also, when Chris and I don't drink cow's milk, we just gave it up a couple of years ago after watching some Netflix conspiracy theory show thing. But yeah, we never really went back to it, and I reckon it's been maybe 4 years now. 4 years that we haven't. 4 years that we haven't drunk milk. We like oat milk, hazelnut milk, cashew milk. Although they stopped selling cashew and it was the creamiest. But yeah, mostly oat. And so, but then when we had Roman, he got CMPA, which is dairy allergy. It's the protein in the cow's milk, but basically he can't have anything with dairy in it, which makes me. Chris has got this theory that it was because I didn't have dairy in my pregnancy. So Chris's mum comes every Thursday or every other Thursday, and she hates our milk, so she always brings her own little milk. So I've decided on the occasional coffee I'm gonna go back to this. It might make my belly a bit funny, but I mean, if that's the worst of it, let's test out Chris's theory and see. Fingers crossed next baby doesn't have any dairy issues. I made Chris a coffee. He's in bed still. It's not very well, but I made some notes because basically Roman's eating some fruit and then fake choking. Basically, before we found out we were pregnant this time, I was going to do a video on first trimester, and I was racking my brains to think about what actually happened in the first trimester, and I was drawing a blank, a massive blank, because I think with the first trimester, you just forget about it. Like, I genuinely couldn't remember anything about my first trimester. So I feel like there was a couple of telltale signs that I should have known I was pregnant. I was super hungry all the time. Usually Chris and I fast, so we don't eat till like him 12, me sometimes like 2, sometimes I'd go all the way until dinner. And I was just super hungry in the mornings. So on a Tuesday I go over and babysit my cousin. So I babysit him so that my cousin can work. I was at her house. She always does Roman a lunch, just like a sandwich, some crisps or whatever, some fruit. But I just have my black coffees while I'm there. All done? I'm just gonna get Roman out. He's so cute, so we've taught him to say all done when he wants to get out of his high chair. But it's more like, it's all done. But it's either that or he tries to climb out, which is very dangerous. So yeah, I was at my cousin's on Tuesday. So this is actually 2 Tuesdays in a row. The first Tuesday, she's upstairs working on her laptop. I'm downstairs with the boys. I think I got Roman to sleep, and he was in Alfie's bedroom. Alfie's bedroom's downstairs in the house. Alfie was just in the living room playing with toys. And I was just so hungry. So I'm like in the kitchen, and then I see that she had biscuits on the side, so I'm like stealing a biscuit. And I go back 5 minutes later, still love biscuit. I mean, it's not stealing, she wouldn't care. And she'll probably be watching this, so hey Abby! Yes, and then like just kept taking biscuits. I was like, why am I so hungry? So that was that. The following Tuesday, I was there, same thing, she's upstairs working. Roman, he has his morning nap there, and he goes in his pram, but in Alfie's bedroom. So then I text her from downstairs to upstairs, and I was like, Abby, I'm so sorry. This is so rude, but I'm starving. Like, I was sitting there looking for him just to eat, and I was like, Abby, this is so rude. I'm so sorry, but I'm starving. Is there anything I can eat? I think I made myself a cheese and crisp sandwich. It was very nice. And I ate it, but it just didn't satisfy me. Like, I was just starving, like I hadn't eaten for days. So that was the first telltale sign. But then Abby was like, oh, you're due on your period? And I was like, yeah, I am. She was like, oh, that's definitely why you're hungry. I was like, yeah, absolutely. The next one is my bad back. So I've been really suffering lately with a bad back. I say it's sciatica, and Chris laughs because he's like, you can't say you've got sciatica unless you've had it diagnosed. Obviously I haven't had it diagnosed, but I know what sciatica feels like. It's like the twinges. So when I was pregnant with Roman, I was bending down to get something out of the dishwasher. He's just so terrible. I was bending down to get something out of the dishwasher and my back just twinged, like spasmed, and I was like stuck, and I had to sort of like push myself up for the spasm to go. I spoke to my midwife and she said, yeah, you can experience sciatica during pregnancy, and I've started experiencing that again. Didn't put two and two together that it might just be a pregnancy thing for me. Super thirsty for water. Like, I try and drink water daily, especially when I'm fasting, but like, I'm not like one of these people that you must drink 2 litres a day. But yeah, I'm super thirsty, like, but just for water, just drinking so much water. So sleepy. A couple of times, Chris has come home from work, and like I've put Roman to bed. Roman's fast asleep, the house is just silent. Like, he caught me on the beanbag. I brought the beanbag in the other day and I was just fast asleep on it with my feet up on the puff. Really weird position. And then another time, I put Roman to bed and then I got in our bed. I was a bit cold, I think I was cold, so I got in our bed. I got under the duvet, this is what I was telling myself anyway. But I was going to watch one of the episodes of Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO. There was one I really wanted to watch. I put it on and then I woke up and it had been like 2.5 hours. I just could not keep my eyes open. So yeah, that's another telltale sign. So some of the things I'm experiencing now that either didn't happen in my first pregnancy or I've completely forgot about them. And they do say there's this like caveman thing, isn't there, that you forget the pain or you forget certain things, so that you do go on to reproduce again and again and again. But I don't remember being angry all the time. I was so angry, no reason for it as well. And I remember Chris coming home and I was like, I need to tell him. So I was like, Christopher, I'm angry today. He was like, oh my God, what have I done? I was like, you haven't done anything, but everything is making me angry, everything. I'm so angry. He was like, why? I was like, I don't know. You just need to know that I'm angry. So I just wanted to warn him in case I snapped or I said something horrible or whatever, because it's out of character for me. I'm usually quite chilled out. I try and be anyway. When you're in your first trimester, you can't really tell anyone because you want to make sure on your scan, the 12-week scan, that everything's okay, everything's fine, there's no issues. So you don't tell people, but at the same time, it almost doesn't feel real because you haven't told anyone. So when you see your friends and your family, they're just talking about normal day-to-day stuff, and obviously they're not talking about you being pregnant or you having a baby in your belly. So it's never spoken about apart from with you and your partner. So I find it really strange. Obviously I don't want to go around telling anyone, just to be safe, but I do also want to tell maybe 1 or 2 people, just because it just doesn't feel very real right now. I went for dinner last night, so Christopher isn't very well at the moment, so he's been bedbound for like, I think we're on day 3 now, so I'm wishing him better. But we had a friend's birthday last night and we were going out for a Mexican. I think there was supposed to be like 14 of us, but there was 10 of us in the end. Christopher didn't come. Christopher's brother and his wife came and babysat for Roman because Christopher can't leave the bedroom. Yeah, so I went alone, or they're our neighbours, so I wasn't drinking, and I'm not necessarily like a crazy booze hound, but if I'm out with my friends and everyone's having a drink, I will always have a drink. Even if it's just like a couple with dinner, like I do enjoy. I like a margarita, especially we was at a Mexican last night. Margarita's my favourite. I do like a red wine, although I got really sick on it recently. What else? I like rum, and I like the occasional beer. But anyway, it wasn't like a crazy drinking night, but it was like I could have had a couple, because the girls were drinking cocktails, the boys had had a couple of beers, whatever. So I had a couple. So I had a Diet Coke. I had 2 mocktails. One margarita was like white peach and orange margarita. and one was a virgin mojito. And then everyone was like, why are you not drinking? So I was like, babes, I said 2 stories to try and make it a bit more believable. First story, I said, I'm sleeping on the sofa because Chris isn't well, and if I have to listen out for Roman. So I'm sleeping on the sofa, and if Roman cries out in the night, I need to get all the way upstairs. And obviously I don't want him to wake Chris either. So that was the first story. I was like, I've got to be coherent because I'm on baby watch. Usually Chris does baby watch at the weekends, but he's poorly. So that was reason 1. I'm on baby watch. Reason 2, a couple of weeks ago, when I didn't know I was pregnant, we went to our friend's house, a couple of doors down, and I drank a couple of glasses of red wine, and I can usually only cope with like 1 red wine, 2 at a push, but I drank maybe 3 glasses of red wine. At this point I didn't know I was pregnant, and then I came home and I vomited, and I vomited so badly. I vomited in the kitchen sink, I vomited in the sink in the bathroom downstairs, I vomited upstairs, I vomited in a bowl. Like, it was really bad, and it actually put me off drinking, which is a good thing because I haven't drunk since then, but I didn't know I was pregnant. Now I'm not pregnant, obviously I won't be drinking for the next 9 months. But yeah, so I was telling everyone that story as well. I was like, no, I'm a bit off alcohol at the moment because this happened at our friend's house, and I threw up so bad that I'm just off alcohol for now. And then one of them goes to me, one of the boys, I think you're lying. And I was like, what? Lying about what? Lying about being sick? He was like, no, I think you're lying. I think you and Chris are expecting baby number 2. And I was like, absolutely not a chance. In my head's going, oh! So it'll be quite funny to tell him when we actually like announce it and stuff. Be like, you knew, Jordan, you knew. I wonder if anyone else was suspecting as well, probably, but they just probably weren't saying it. But yeah, so that was that. It is quite nice keeping the secret though, like, it's like the secret that only Christopher and I know. So that's just a little bit about my first trimester.
Morning. It's the 18th of Feb, and we're 9.5 weeks, I think just under 10 weeks pregnant, so still in the first trimester, and I have COVID. Yeah, not good. Poor Liz has been an absolute warrior. You've got to imagine, I would usually go to work, and then as soon as I come home from work, I'm taking over, helping out with the baby, but I've literally been stuck in this room for the last 3-4 days, and she's smashing it, bless her. Like, she's doing all of the baby stuff. She's pregnant as well, no one knows at the moment. We actually had my brother and his wife come over to babysit last night. We were supposed to both be out at birthday meal for one of our neighbours, and obviously I couldn't go, so Liz wasn't going to go as well. And I just said to her, look, you've been absolutely grafting this week with me being off work and having to deal with everything with Roman, and then being pregnant and being tired, so just go out and have a good time. My brother and his wife and their daughters can still come over and look after Roman, go and let your hair down. But she had to go out, pretend she's not pregnant, weren't drinking, you know. So I think she was getting some funny looks, but yeah, we've managed to keep it secret. It's a bit of a weird one actually, because when we were pregnant with Roman, we did tell people before the 12-week scan. Only people like my cousin, who we're really close to, and like my mum and aunt, and also I think Liz told her mum and sister. But we thought, do you know what? I know we're not supposed to, but these are the people that would know if something bad was to happen. We would tell them anyway, so we wanted to get out. But this time around we've said, no, we're not telling anyone until before the 12-week scan. So we're not telling anyone. I'm gonna be honest, like last time, I was just bursting with excitement and I just couldn't keep it to myself. I was like telling the postman. I was telling people at work, like, so I sell medical equipment to the NHS. So I was going into little old Betty's house and looking at riser recliners for him, and I was like, oh, Betty, I've got to tell you, I just found out I'm going to be a dad. You know, we were like 8 weeks pregnant. I just couldn't contain it. We've tried to do it differently this time. We're trying to make sure we keep it to ourselves till after the scan. But it's got a real different vibe. Me and Liz were chatting last night. Obviously, I've got COVID, so we've been talking from like a few meters apart. And we said just it don't really feel real yet. I don't know what it is. I think it's because we haven't been telling everyone or telling people, and then you talk to them loads about it and they say, oh, how's the pregnancy, how's it going? So before the 12-week scan, let us know in the comments if you felt the same before you've actually told people. Does it feel real yet? Because first time round it felt really real from the very beginning, but this time it's got a little bit of a different vibe. Still super excited. Our scan's on the 6th of March, which is actually my brother's birthday as well, but literally we're counting down the days until that first scan, but it's just not feeling too real at the moment. Let us know your thoughts if this has happened to you.
So, remember I said I'm starving all the time? Yeah, it is 11:15. I'm eating lunch already. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, 22nd of February. The time is 9:32. Just catching up on Love Island while Roman's gone to bed, and I'm eating. Let me turn it around. Microwave spag bar. Oh, I could not stop thinking about it. I bought it in Tesco's the other day. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. It actually tastes really nice. I don't usually eat microwave meals, but I saw it. I wanted it. I ate it. I liked it.
What are you doing, Liz?
Just having a little snack.
Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 10:37 p.m.
What you got?
I got cheese and onion walkers. I made a ham and coleslaw sandwich on a bit of granary.
Yeah.
I added some crispies. And then I've got pudding. I got custard top. I'm so hungry.
Tell you're pregnant.
It's so good.
So, quick one. I was in Sainsbury's the other day and I was doing some shopping and I saw that they had the Emma's Diary bumper pack on the shelves, which is, it's like a £5, but if you're pregnant and you download the app, you get it for free, so why wouldn't you? So this is pack 2. There's 3 packs. I remember when I was pregnant with Roman, actually, I only ever managed to find pack 2. I never got pack 1 or pack 3. So yeah, I'll keep trying. I know they do them at Argos, Asda and Boots, I think it is. You can pick them up. And I think sometimes you can pick them up when you're at your midwife appointments as well. But yeah, I'll ask my midwife for my next appointment. So...
Can I just say?
Okay.
How has this happened? Why have I got this apron?
Give me a my video. So I'm going to open it up and show you what you get inside. So first of all, a really big pack of Huggies Extra Care Pure wipes. I have to say, they're not my favourite. I've used them before, but they're free. So a pack of Pampers Newborns. There are 22 in there, so that's good. Some Fairy, some more Fairy, and then some Milton sterilising things. Don't know if you've used them. They're good, but they absolutely stink. And then just a load of paperwork. And one other thing, I just wanted to show you the, what are these called? What they're called? Vitamins. The vitamins that I've been taking. It's the Pregnant Care Max box. Baby number 1 there. Being a menace to society. So in here, you get like, you have to take 2 of these a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and it's all labelled with the days. And then at night, you take a cod liver oil, and they're all labelled with the days as well. He's hungry, sorry about that. And this is the cream I've used, and I've used this throughout my pregnancy with Roman, and I didn't get a single stretch mark, so I'm going to try not get any again. I'm going to go now and sort this baby out. Bye! So today is the day we finally get to see our baby.
Yes!
Yeah, we're at the hospital. Chris has got to jump onto a work call. Obviously, they don't know yet. I woke up all night long. I woke up at 1:28. Roman needed a bottle. And I woke up at like 3:15. Then I woke up at 4:30.
And then at 5:30 because I needed a bottle.
But yeah, buzzing. What's the time? 8:15, and our appointment is 8:40. And I've got to have a blood test as well, and to check for Down syndrome. So yeah. That's it. We're gonna see our baby. We dropped Roman off to my cousin, so she's got him because we were gonna bring him because we didn't think anyone could have him. But then my cousin was like, Chris definitely won't be allowed in if you take him with you. So she was like, drop him to mine. And luckily, she lives in the same town as our hospital, so that was amazing. So yeah, see you on the other side. So bye, Daddy. Bye.
Hey, so I just thought I would do a quick update because it's actually been quite a while now. So last time I think we spoke to the camera for this vlog was when we went for our 12-week scan, which we thought was going to be a 12-week scan. It wasn't. I'll explain. So we got our dates mixed up. So the last video you saw, we were at the hospital. Turns out we were only 8 weeks and 4 days. They said there was a really, really strong heartbeat, which was really good. It was really reassuring to hear, but they couldn't do any of the checks or whatever. So they sent us away. The guy was so lovely, and it was also the same sonographer that scanned us when we had Roman. He's a really nice man. I said, oh, you scanned me with my first baby. And he was like, oh, how is it? Was it a boy or a girl? And he was chatting away, so he was really sweet. So yeah, and he gave us a free picture. He gave us 2 free pictures. But you couldn't really see much, but it's still a scan picture. So yeah. So the next time we go will be the 6th of April. I think that last one was the 6th of March, so it was literally a month early. But by the time we go for the next one on the 6th of April, we will be 12 weeks and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12 plus 5, so 12 weeks and 5 days. So yeah, then we'll be able to do it properly. I feel like this pregnancy has been so different from my last one. So my pregnancy with Roman, I felt sick constantly. Like I genuinely felt like vomit was gonna come up, but it never did. So the doctors wouldn't give me anything. They couldn't give me any anti-sickness because I wasn't actually being sick. It was just like severe nausea. But this time I really haven't had any sickness. Like I'd say I wake up in the morning and I think, oh, I feel a bit sicky, like the tiniest, most minuscule amount of sickness. So I have a bit of toast or a biscuit or a cup of tea or whatever, and it's gone. So it lasts like minutes. So yeah, I'm super angry. I've been getting the most amount of pregnancy rage. Like no patience. I have 0 patience. My belly's grown already. Shout out to my cousins. So basically, Christopher is in Barcelona at the moment. He's at a stag do. He's actually coming home today. I'm going to Gatwick Airport to pick him up in a little bit. But he's been gone the last 2 nights. So the first night was just Roman and I, and I went to bed super early. Had quite bad back pains. So yeah, I think I overdid it because I dropped the boys at the airport on Friday, and then I went to a soft play with my cousins. And I think I just did too much. Then I went to the shop, got petrol, blah 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 blah. Overdid it, couldn't move, so that wasn't fun. So yeah, had an early night Friday. Then Saturday, last night, my cousins came over and we got a Domino's pizza takeaway, and we just chatted all night. It was really lovely. They was here till like midnight. Well, actually, one of them went home. And one of them stayed with her baby, which was really nice. So we woke up together and the babies played together this morning. But like, I have to do a massive shout out to them. So one of them has a almost 4-year-old and a 15-month-old. And then the other one has a almost 5-month-old baby. And so I was going through, like last night, I said, oh look girls, I've written this list. And I think this is all the stuff I need. I don't want to be buying unnecessary stuff. Don't want to buy stuff I don't need. I did it last time. We're only on 1 salary now, so whereas before we were on 2, we had a lot more disposable income than we do now. So I just want to be realistic with this baby. I want to buy the things I need. And to be fair, like with your first baby, you want everything new, you want it perfect, you want it the right colours, you want it this, you want it that. With your second baby, I think you realise that certain things get used for like a month or 6 weeks or the first 6 months even, and then you don't need them anymore. So I just don't see the point in spending loads of money. My cousins have come through for us, honestly. I showed them the list. I had maybe 30 items on the list, and they're like bottles. One of them was like, I've got brand new bottles you can have. Steriliser, you can have my steriliser. The rapid cool newbie thing, I'm going to buy one of those for you as a present. The floss, I'm going to buy one of those for you. A baby bath, I've got a bath for you. A sling, I've got a sling for you. What else? Grow bags, 0 to 6 grow bags. A jumperoo, a bouncer chair, like rocking chair thing, Moses basket, honestly, just all this stuff. So they're kindly gifting me all this stuff. That's taken a bit of weight off my shoulders, and I can't wait to tell Christopher when he's back as well. We've decided on what pram we're going to go for, because obviously we're going to need a double. We were looking at the Bugaboo Donkey, because we had a Bugaboo Chameleon with Roman and really liked it, like the way it's steered really well. The only problem with it is that it folds. You have to take the top off and then collapse the frame, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, so we was thinking Chameleon, but then they're about £1,500 new, so then we thought we'll get a second-hand one. We looked at second-hand ones and they're still easily £600, which we're not really willing to spend on a second-hand pram. And also one of my cousins had one. Weirdly, she got rid of it a couple of months ago before she knew I was pregnant, and she said it is the heaviest thing she's ever felt. It's not easy, and you have to take the seats off and then collapse the frame like the Chameleon that we've got. So that we've scrapped that idea. And I was at soft play the other day and I saw this mum, and she had a newborn and then a child the same age as Roman, and weirdly enough his name was also Roman, and she was so lovely. She had the Joey Everlight, which is the tandem one in front of the other, and so Roman would go in the front, the baby will go in the back. So the back seat, it lays completely flat, so you can put a foot muff in there and put the newborn in there, so they're laying flat like in a bassinet, however you say bassinet, I think it is. Or if you lay the back seat completely flat, you can literally just click the car seat on top. You don't have to remove anything to put the car seat on. And then when baby's a little bit older, they can just obviously go in the back seat, and it can go upright as the front one would for Roman as well. And then it's obviously got a double basket underneath for like shopping and carrying stuff, which is really, really handy. And then she showed me, she literally clicks on at the front, clicks on at the back, and it shuts down into one. You don't have to take anything off to shut it down. And I could pick it up with one hand. I could, if I tried, I probably could have picked it up with one finger. It was that light. Hence the name, I guess, Joey Everlight. So yeah, I've had a look into that, and you can get the pram, the tandem pram, with the car seat for $299. So that's definitely what we're going to do. So we've currently got 2 Bugaboo Chameleons, don't ask me why we've got 2, in our shed. We've also got a Hayak budget one that we took to Portugal with us, and the one we're currently using is the Mamas and Papas Acoro, which is a really lovely pram, but it is so heavy. I struggle to lift it into the boot at the moment, so we are going to attempt at selling all of those. Don't think there's anything else to report baby wise. Our scan is in like a week and a half, so unless anything major happens before then, I will see you on scan day. Good morning, people. First of all, I just have to say these are the worst lashes I've ever done. They're the invisible ones, and this eye just doesn't want to play. So I thought I'd do a little quick check-in. So when I had Roman, I gave birth at Broomfield Hospital in Chelmsford, and I could not fault them. It was the most wonderful experience. My waters broke at 2 a.m. We were told to go straight in. Christopher drove us in. We got to the hospital at 4 a.m. Went to triage. They checked me. I was 4 centimetres. By the time they'd moved me from triage to my own room in the birthing suite, not the labour ward, the birthing suite, I was 5 centimetres, so I could get straight in the water. I was in the water basically the whole time. I was in labour for about 16 hours. I was in that room the entire time. In the room, there was a birthing pool. I had my own bathroom with a bath, a shower, toilet, sink, and there was a double bed in the bedroom. So it was like basically a private room. Obviously not, it's NHS, but you know what I mean, like I wasn't on the labour ward. So once I'd had Roman, they even offered Christopher and I a room away from, obviously, a room that didn't have a pool in it, because they might have needed the pool. I don't think they did need the pool, but they said, look, if you want to sleep over, we've got a room for you. We've got a double bed in there, we'll make you a dinner, blah, blah, blah. Christopher and I just wanted to get home, so we left. But I have to say, the experience at Broomfield was incredible. We didn't see another person the whole time we were there. We were there 23 hours, because we got there at 4 a.m. on the 7th of December, and then we left. We were discharged at 3 a.m. the following day. So yeah, 23 hours we were there. We had 2 midwives from start to finish, from me getting in the birthing pool to Roman being born. And unfortunately I had to have some stitches also, and it was they were still there for that. One of them was going to attempt it, but she had been with me for like 10 hours, so I think she got someone else to do it because she was a bit tired, which I'm kind of pleased about. But yeah, I could not fault giving birth at Broomfield. It was amazing. It felt like a private hospital. It was a great experience. The staff were amazing. They made us food after they made Christopher food. Partway through my labour, I was just floating in the birthing pool, practicing my hypno. I was not even there. And the midwives said to Christopher, "You're tired, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." This is what he told me after. They told him to get in the bed, the double bed that was in the room, and they tucked him in with blankets and duvets. That's how good they were. But I'm not saying I don't want to give birth at Broomfield again. But what I am saying is, so my cousin, she has a 5-month-old baby boy, and she did hypno like I did, and she wanted that birth similar to mine. She wanted to be in the water. She didn't want any what do you call it? She didn't want any interventions, blah blah blah. So she lives in Malden in Essex, and there is a birthing unit there called St. Peter's. and that's under the same district as Broomfield. So she was having all her midwife appointments there, and she wanted to give birth there. She has a bit of a phobia of hospitals, so she wanted to go to St. Peter's because it's less hospitally, if that's not a word, but you know what I mean. And it's just more relaxing, like they promote hypnobirthing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, she wanted to go. So when she went into labour, she went straight to St. Peter's and she started to labour there. But then unfortunately there was a complication, and then they had to move her by ambulance to Broomfield, and she ended up having an emergency C-section, which absolutely fine. Baby's here safe, baby is happy, she's fine, but it just wasn't the way she wanted it to go. But she is like now an advocate for St. Peter's. She's just like, Liz, you've got to go there, like it's so relaxed, the midwives are amazing, it's like it's not like a hospital. So I'm going to go check it out today. I'm going to meet up with her. We're going to go to St. Peter's, have a little wander around. I called them this morning and they said, yeah, absolutely, come down, have a look. Obviously, when you get here, someone's in labour, you can't have a look in the actual birthing pool, birthing suite or whatever. But yeah, fingers crossed, no one's there so I can actually have a look around. See, I don't have an issue with Broomfield, but I'd like to explore all my options. And distance-wise from our house, Broomfield Hospital, this is without traffic, I've looked, but Broomfield is 24 minutes and St. Peter's is 23 minutes, so it's exactly the same basically. St. Peter's is probably more likely to not have traffic. If I was to go into labour at like, say, 9 AM or 5 PM or 3 at school run times, that sort of stuff, it's going to take longer to get to Broomfield because you have to drive through Chelmsford city centre to get to Broomfield from our house, whereas Malden it's more back roads. But we'll see. It's just exploring options really. So yeah, I'm going there today. I'm not sure they'll let me do any filming, but I'll try and see if I can get some, and either way I'll either show you what I've got or I'll come on and have another chat with you. So yeah, have a great day everybody, and I'll catch you later.
Hello, baby. Hello. Oh, looks like a baby now.
It does.
One baby, a little heart is beating.
Oh, a bit emotional. I don't think I ever cried for a minute, did
No, me neither.
I? You pulled your eyes out.
So we need baby to turn over so we can get those measurements for you. So we might need to do some shakes for us.
Okay.
What I'll do is while I wait, I'll check some of the anatomy. So we've got the top of the baby's head and brain. The skull looks really well developed. We've got the two halves of the brain.
Oh.
Oh, she's crazy like Raymond.
Thrashing about already.
Hey everyone, so this is going to be the last entry for this video as I'm now in my second trimester. Woo! Not that I feel it, I don't feel any better. I mean, not better as in tired, like I don't feel any less tired. I'm still napping when Roman naps. You'll see in the last video, so we had our baby scan finally, and they got the dates wrong again. So we got the dates wrong originally and then they got the dates wrong. So when we had that scan, we thought we were 12 weeks and 5 days, but we were in fact 13 weeks. So it bumped us up 2 days. So we're due in October. I should mention as well, you might hear us, we keep saying she in all our videos. We don't know anything that you don't know. We haven't found out the gender of the baby. We don't know the gender of the baby yet. We're still debating whether to find out. But we are sort of manifesting. Christopher is desperate for a little girl because we already had a boy and he is a mummy's boy. So Christopher wants someone else on his team. And I've got this real strong motherly instinct that it's a girl. And I had a really strong feeling that Roman was a boy. So
we're just going with my feeling that we've sort of guessed it, but we don't actually know. So yeah, if you hear us say girl, we're not hiding the gender. We don't know, we're just assuming. And we don't want to say they, because I said they to someone the other day and they went, oh my gosh, you're having two. And I was like, no, there's just one. I just don't want to say it, you know? So yeah, that's it. First trimester's done with. It went super quick, and I think that's because you can't tell anyone. But yeah, once we were out of the first trimester and we had our scan, we started telling friends and family. And we did film a lot of reactions. So if you haven't already seen it, it's a really good watch. It gives you a feel-good feeling. So yeah, head over to our channel and watch the pregnancy announcement, telling our friends and family videos. It's really nice. It'll put a smile on your face anyway. So yeah, that's all done with second trimester. I'm gonna try and do weekly bump date pictures over on Instagram. So if you aren't already following our Instagram, go follow it. It's at cl.raisinroman. But yeah, go give us a follow, and yeah, let us know if there's anything you want to see from our channel. If you've got any questions, if you're going through this for the first time, or if you're going through it for the second time like I am and you want to chat, like I'm always here for meeting new mums. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video, which I think is going to be a mukbang Q&A, Christopher and I together, because we haven't done one together for ages. We're eating a load of McDonald's and answering all the questions that recently got asked on our Instagram channel. So yeah, so just a quick shout out. So I was gifted this bottle. It's called Belly Bottle, and you might have seen it over on my Instagram. It's a sucky top, which is really good for when you're in labour. And then you get with it stickers, and so you have to stick on it all the stickers every week. I'll get them. This was sent all the way from Chicago in America, but you can now get them on Amazon Prime, so I'll drop a link in our description below. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy, and see you soon.